Okay, so Happy Gilmore 2 has just dropped, people. Is directed by Kyle Newacheck, written by Tim Herlihy and Adam Sandler. Tim directed the original, you know. The film is produced by dum dum dum. Let's get through that information. Tim Herlihy, Adam Sandler. We've also got Robert Simmons. Dum, dum, dum. Jack Giapputo. Right? It is executive produced by. We have got Jute Mull, Kevin Grady, Larry Franco, Dennis Duggan, Dan Buller, Barry Bernardi, and David Bosch. It is associate produced by Mary Sunshine and co-produced by Joseph Vesey, JJ Titone, right? Ellie Thomas, Sarah Sarados, Jana Sandler, Perry Shaksh, Brian Robinson, Mark Olson, Chad Mum, Jonathan Laffron, Dallas Hartman, Carter Hambley, Tom Costain, and David M. Bernstein. Robert Gregson Williams handled the music. Zach Mulligan is on cinematography. Everything is edited by Tom Constantine, Brian Robson, and JJ Titone. John Papsadera handled the casting. Production design is Perry Andelin Blake. Angelica Barrero, William Elescu, Arthur Jongawood, and Molly Mikula were art direction. Set decoration is George DeTita Jr. Geordie Schinberg is costume design. Hair and makeup, we have Ken Holmes, Stephanie Wise, Nancy Tong, Selim Rakib, David Presto, Anne Palla, Martha Melendez, Michael McCash, Trishka Tiondes, Ashley Letzel Reichenbach, Todd Kleschk, Jodie King, Stephen Healy, Leah Cavaney, Cherry Johnson, Julia Marie Gallon, Christy Falco, Kat Drazon, Kayla Dobson, and Emily Ansell. Right, they were all hair and makeup. And our cast. Right, oh, hold on, let's see if they've got the stunt people listed. So we did get a lot, I'm assuming there's a lot of stunts going down with this, you know what I mean? Okay, I am not seeing anyone. Which is a shame. You want to give people their flowers, you know what I mean? Alright, not seeing stunts. Oh, hold on. Okay, so we have Luciano Acuna Jr., Frank Bow, Gavin Barnes, Riley Barnes, Brandon Beckman, Randy Beckman, Sean Michael Bradley, Kyle W. Brown, Jared Burke, Nico Cooch, Dave Cutler, Andre Da Silva, Paul Elipios, Justin Ellings, Peter Epstein, Scott Fleischer, Greg Fitzpatrick, Donny Francis, Edward Gabry, Shane Getry, Gary Gusirio, Todd Ryan Jones, Marius Kubicki, Nick LaRocca, Alejandro Marenko, Kevin Matthew McDonald, Bobby McFarlane, Ian McLachlan, Amanda Moon, Trevor Morgan, Kevin Michael Murray, Dean Nassett, James Newman, Jason Nunk, Jason O'Brien, Chris O'Hara, AJ Pator, Victoria Lee Parella, Christopher Place, Ashley Pinn, Chris Reed, Ben Ramirez, Chris Silcox, Travis Staton Marrero, Janelle Stevens, Evan Dane Taylor, Shauna Theodou, Anthony Vincent, Jamal Warren, Jeremy Chapman Webb, RJ Wolf, and Nico Willard. They were all down with the stunts that took place during the film. And our cast, right? Obviously, people, we've got Adam Sandler back as Happy Gilmore, right? You get some Julia Bowen as Virginia, you know what I mean? We have got Sonny Sandler as his daughter Vienna. We've got Sadie Sandler as Charlotte, a member of the support group, who, when I was looking at it, I'm like, I swear that's Sandler's kid, right? But I'm like, I don't think she's got all those tattoos, though, does she? But then, temporary tattoos and everything, though, right? So they're all in it. As his kids, we've got Maxwell Jacob Friedman as his son Geordie. There's his other son Wayne, played by Ethan Kokoski. His son Bobby, played by Philip Fine Schneider. His son Terry, played by Connor Sherry. All right, so we have all of them. Christopher McDonald is back as Shooter McGavin. Benny Saffordine is Frank Manatee, right? Oscar Majaz, Happy's caddy in this one, is played by Benito Antonio Martinez Oscarcio. We have John Daly playing himself, a fictionalized version though. Ben Stiller is back as Hal L. Oh yes, Jackie Sandler, his wife. She plays Vienna's dance teacher, Monica. Who else? Dennis Duggan is back as Doug Thompson, right? Kevin Nielsen is Gary Potter. Haley Joel Osment, right, is Billy Jenkins. I'm watching, I'm thinking, that dude looks mad familiar. Who is that? How do I not remember who that dude is? It's Haley Joel fucking Osment. All right, we've got Lavelle Crawford is Slim Peterson, right? Son of Chubbs. We've got some of the other members of the Maxi Squad, right? There is Eric Andre. Well, no. They're not actually in the the Maxi Squad was Oh, yes. Reggie Bush is 8 Ball. Fernando Marrera is Screech. Oliver Hudson is Harley. Becky Lynch is Flex. We have Bobon Marjanovic playing Drago Larson, right? The son of Mr. Larson from the first film. He was played by Richard Kiel. There is Vern Lundquist. He's back. Jack Giapato. Robert Smidgel. We got Eminem in the joint, right? I'll let you guess who he plays. Travis Kelce is Oscar's boss in the restaurant. Nick Swardson is Ben Daggett. Marcelo Hernandez is Oscar's cousin, Esteban. The caddy gets a caddy. We got appearances from Scott Muscati, aka Kid Cudi, right? Kelsey Plume and Andre Watt. Austin Post is DJ Omar Gosh. So stupid. Oh dear. Kim Wheatley is part of the self-help group. Steve Buscemi is a neighbor of Happy's, right? I think also what was fun, like we had some real golfers in the spot, right? Brooks Koepka, Rory McIlroy, Bryson DeChambeau, and Scotty Scheffler. And especially Scotty Scheffler, I think it showed a fun side to these dudes, you know what I mean? Which is, I think, helpful for golf, right? It's helpful for golf. I think Guy Fieri is in it. He has a part. This is like, there's a lot of callbacks and everything like that. But man, right? So, what is about, you may ask? Happy Gilmore isn't done with golf, not by a long shot. Since his retirement after his first tour championship win, he didn't retire after his first win, right? He won 5 more. But anyway, Gilmore returns to finance his daughter's dream of ballet lessons in Paris. So, that's essentially the film. Now this, the first film came out in 96, right? 96. So, there's been a gap. 30 motherfucking years. Essentially. Right? When you think about it, it's probably made the year before. So, yeah, this is 30 years. Now, after watching Happy Gilmore, you don't go, man, I hope they make another one. Right? You're done. You're like, this is complete. This is cool. But so when you heard that they were making a sequel, it's just like, will this hold up? And we've seen some horrible revisits, right? Coming to America. Bad Boys. We've had, Bad Boys isn't as late. It's dreadful, but we've got, what's Axel? Beverly Hills Cop. I was like, what's that for? Beverly Hills Cop, man, just didn't work, right? And there's tons that we get like that. So that's the fear. People. Happy Gilmore 2 doesn't fall into that category. I thought Happy Gilmore 2 was a lot of fun, right? Now, I think you don't necessarily have to have watched the first film to enjoy the second. I think there's enough meat on the bone. There's enough kind of explanation for you to go, okay, cool. Right now, if you've watched the first, there is that added little, oh, especially with some of the recalls and stuff like that, right? We get some kind of scenes from the past re-envisioned in this future, so there is that added bonus that you get. But this one, like, there's dumb humor, there's some, like, but then there's the dumb humor that's just like having alcohol in so many things, like when he picked up the golf ball and uncorked it, you're just like, what the fuck, man? You know what I mean? It's silly, but it was fun. You know what I mean? Silly but fun. So that all works. I think another, like, a big thing about Sandler's film is the chemistry. And there's a lot of chemistry with everyone on set, right? Every single person, there's that chemistry. So you just imagine this is a fun place to work, right? I think the scenes with his kids, his actual kids, right, with his made-up sons, that's all fun. But when you have Sadie and Sonny, right, like, it just flows really well. It really does. And it's like, sometimes you have people's kids, getting into a thing. They're not that good. They're not always that good. You know what I mean? But they're there, and people seem to be afraid to actually just say, yeah, I mean, look, maybe they could do something else, right? But I honestly think Sadie and Sonny can act. I think they're very good. They're a bit like Judd Apatow's kids. You know what I mean? They can do their thing. So it's nice, right? And I think this chemistry, this vibe that must be on the set, it rubs off on people like Scotty Schaefer, right? On our real golfers who do a good job. You know what I mean? Like, they could come off real wooden, but it works for them. So you have all of those kind of things. Right? Now, obviously, we get the idea of Happy coming back, right? Coming back to golf after, I mean, if what happened, you can understand why someone's never going to play again, right? But yeah, you get why he's come back and everything like that. And even bringing back the first caddy. Right? Bringing back the first fuck. Because my man, right? He's a scientist now, I think. He doesn't play golf anymore. Like, I don't think he acts anymore. I think he's like a scientist, a researcher. Jared Van Schnellberg, he is a professor, right? And he focuses on schizophrenia, right? So he's a, you know what I mean? But he comes back, which is awesome, right? Which also tells you how much fun these things must be, because, like, you've got an actual career, right? And you've got a reputation. Some people be like, I can't I've got to stand in front of people. And, you know what I mean? But he comes back. So that tells you, you know what I mean, what this shit must be. But yeah, it's those little things just add to it, Like, even the role Eminem plays, right? It's kind of dumb, right? But he makes it work, makes it work, right? The idea of the Maxi League, have to say, there's some of the things in the Maxi League that you're like, actually, that doesn't sound too bad as a concept, you know what I mean? But it's playing because you've got the LV Golf. Is it LV or Live Golf? LV, LIV? I'm not sure. But you've got that Saudi league, right? Which has caused a lot of kind of friction with the PGA. So the Maxi thing isn't oh, this is just stupid, because, we're seeing it. Right? It's like with cricket, they've got the, where it was all white, in clothes. I mean, but then they introduced that quicker cricket where they're wearing all the different colored shit that look like pajamas, right? So we see, when people try and disrupt a thing, right? Try and add some new energy to something. Right, we saw rugby league. They brought in the Super League. Right, everyone tries to do a thing. So the Maxi idea does work, right? Does work, and you can see why Happy goes the other route. Because Virginia and everything like that. So the story on a whole, it's not a terrible story, right? It's not this is a stretch just to make another film. No. The story works, right? Just the way you've gone about it, right? The whole hit thing, just all of this kind of stuff. You're like, okay. Because, right, we had the Extreme Games this year. So, again, that kind of ties into this in a way, right? If you think about it. So you've got this film that you can go, but in reality, we're seeing a lot of parallels with things that are happening in the sporting sphere, right? So I think that works. And then, it's just the characters and everything. Like, some of them, I will say, felt a little bit, right? When you have got, what's homies rotted? It's you had Chubbs' son, right? That I felt a little bit of a stretch, right? Lavelle Crawford is fine, he's funny and all that, but it was just a little bit like, I mean, and to have the same situation as his dad, right? That all felt a little bit, but, and there was a scene when he is leaving and the woman comes out, and I'm thinking, that woman, I feel she's famous. I have no clue who the fuck it was, right? But yeah, some of the cameos, some of the callbacks are a little bit of a stretch. But as a whole, right? I say as a whole, the film is fun, right? We have some very funny moments, even at the end with the old dude on the beach, and then we see what actually has been going on. Right? You're just like, oh my God, this is fucking dumb. Right? It just makes you chuckle. It just makes you chuckle. Right? Like the bit when Frank comes to Happy and he's like, and what are you gonna do? Right? Just that, it's silly. It's silly. But it makes you chuckle. And that's the big thing with this. Happy Gilmore 2 makes you smile. Is it gonna win any best of awards? No. No, it's not. But sometimes films don't have to do that, right? They just have to bring you enjoyment. They just have to make you smile, because there's times you get home from a long day at work and you just want something where you can just cut loose. Right? You don't have to strain the gray cells. You can just put something on and be amused. Happy Gilmore 2 is something that will amuse you, make you smile, or warm your heart. Right? If you enjoyed the first one, I think you'll like this. If you enjoy Adam Sandler's films as a whole, I think you'll enjoy this, right? So, Happy Gilmore 2 is now on Netflix. Happy Gilmore 1 is there as well. So you can do a double header if you like, right? So, people, enjoy Happy Gilmore 2.